What's up, everybody? Hope you're all doing good out there. Just wanted to come on here real quick and tell a little reggae story for you. Yesterday, we lost one of the best bass players to ever play reggae bass, Mr. Aston Familyman Barrett, Bob Marley's lifelong bass player. His brother was Bob Marley's lifelong drummer, Carlton. And a little story that I have about them. Back in 2009, I had just started my career, my solo reggae career, and I was hanging out with some fellow reggae enthusiasts, and just happened to meet this cat named Dave that just happened to be a writer and was writing for Junior Marvin's autobiography, who is Bob Marley's lead guitar player, one of them. Long story short, Junior played with Bob for years and years and toured with him all over the world. And anyways, Dave was integral to having Junior play lead guitar on the songs Ganja Weed and Split for My Lady. So if you listen to Split for My Lady by Ja Roots, that's actually Bob Marley's lead guitar player playing guitar on there. How cool is that? But also on Ganja Weed. And from having Junior play lead guitar on those songs, a couple years later, I actually flew him out to Springfield, my hometown, and he performed with us at our hometown club called the Outland. And it was just a sold out show to select 200 or 300 people that got their tickets first. And Junior Marvin played lead guitar with my band all night long, dude. And it was amazing. You can watch the full concert on YouTube. Josh Heinrichs and Junior Marvin live at the Outland in Springfield, Missouri. It's pretty awesome. So after I left Ja Roots, I was still talking to Dave, and he was like, "Hey, man, I'm talking with Aston Familyman Barrett about some stuff right now, and I know you're making your first solo record." It was Josh Heinrichs and Friends. And he was like, "Would you be interested if I could talk to Aston and see if he'd be interested in possibly having him play bass on your album?" I was like, "Dude, yeah." Dave knew that I was such a reggae head since the late 90s that I had actually, when me and my wife had our first child, we named her Kaya. And when we had our second child as a boy, we actually named him Aston, after Aston Barrett. So whenever I got the call and they were like, "Hey, would you be interested in having Aston Barrett play bass?" I almost lost my mind. I was like, I don't know what the fuck that takes or how to make that happen, but yes, please. And so he got on the horn and he talked to his people and got in touch with the Wailers and got in touch with Aston and gave me his phone number. And I was like, dude, this is crazy. And so lo and behold, I still have it on my Facebook the day I talked to Aston Barrett on the phone. Called him and I was just like, "Hey, man," he called me first and he was like, "Hey, man, I think he'll do it. I think he'll play bass on your album, but he wants to talk to you first and kind of get a feel for what's going on and everything." So I was like, "Okay, no problem. I can't even believe I get to talk to Aston Barrett on the phone. This is insane." So I called him, we talked, and dude, he had the most lowest, coolest, just nicest, friendliest tone. I even wrote that on my I wrote my Facebook post after I got off the phone with him and made it private, but I just wrote it like as a diary post so I wouldn't forget the conversation and forget everything about it. But I just went back and read my post again. I found it, and all I wrote was, "Just got off the phone with Aston Barrett. This dude is so nice and just as humble as he appears to be on the Bob Marley documentaries and everything," and he really was. But I just basically was like, "Hey, man, I just have this one song. I would love for you to play bass on it, because I wasn't about to be like, dude, play bass for the whole album," and bombard him. I'm sure he has a million other things going on. But he was like, "I would love to. I'm totally down." We meshed. Everything went well on the phone. So I sent him the track, and geez, I don't even know how long it took. Maybe a week or two. They emailed me back with the track, and I was just, dude, from the very first note, I was like, I cannot believe Aston Barrett is playing bass on my freaking song. So Miles Brown from 77 Jefferson, he's my producer. He's produced Good Vibes album. He produced Josh Heinrichs and Friends album. He did this whole album. I asked 77, of course, to be on the track with me because they're my Missouri reggae brothers. So we would both have a song with a Wailer. So there we go. So that is Josh Heinrichs and 77 Jefferson featuring Aston Familyman Barrett, the very last song on this album. Josh Heinrichs and Friends. We do not have any more physical copies. I think this is the very last one in existence. But you can get it online, or you can listen to it on Amazon, Spotify, Apple Music. Josh Heinrichs, 77 Jefferson, Aston Familyman Barrett, Love in Our Community is the name of the song. And that's my story about how I got Aston Familyman Barrett to play bass on my album. So, rest in love to the man, to the myth, to the legend. And thank you for all that you did for reggae. And I think every reggae bass player in the world emulates you. Tries to be like you, tries to play like you, but nobody can because you're the original. So, nothing but love to the Barrett brothers, always. I even named my son Aston after Mr. Aston Barrett. So, how cool is that? All come full circle. But nothing but love to you guys. Go check out the song if you get a chance. That is the story of love in our community with 77 Jefferson and Aston Familyman Barrett on bass.